To add a hard disk, what I have to do? First, I have to shut down the virtual machine because I want to change hardware. I need to shut down the virtual machine using init 0. I will shut down the virtual machine. Then go to virtual machine that we want to add hard disk. Go to setting. Then here go to add. Here you need to add a hard disk. Click on hard disk. Then next use IDE. Next. Then use create new virtual disk. Next. Here I need to use 5 GB only. Select the store virtual disk as a single file. Next, where you need to place, browse the directory. Save there. Click on finish. Add another hard disk. Select IDE. Next. Next. Give the space. Then store virtual disk as a single file. Next.
What is IDE, Vishnu?
IDE is a disk type. This is disk type. There are many more disk type available in Windows also and Linux also. IDE is a one type of disk.
Okay,
Click on
so
OK. Now start the virtual machine. Now we have added 2 additional disks having 5 GB capacity. Start the virtual machine. disk-l. You can see previously we have NVMe 0N1 disk that is 20 GB capacity. Now we have added to another disk that is SDA having 5 GB capacity, another SDB that is 5 GB capacity. So this is the way we can add hard disk, and using fdisk-a command, L command, we can see the disk details inside the OS. As I told you, whenever we will add hard disk, it will come in format SDA, SDB, and SDC. So here it is showing SDA and SDB. And whenever we will create partition from the SDA, it will come in format /DB, SDA1, /DB, SDA2, SDAC. Likewise, it will show. So once we add the disk, we cannot use the disk directly because there is some procedure we need to follow. First, we have to add the hard disk. Let me point these steps. Add disk. Once I add disk, we have to create partition. We have to create the partition. What is the command? Command is fdisk. fdisk. Then we are going to use the SDA. So we have to give the path that is /deb/SDA. My voice is clear and audible? Hit enter. You can see fdisk started. Welcome to fdisk. And using the fdisk command, we can create partitions. And now we are going to create partition from /deb/SDA. We are not using SDB. Okay, here you can see aim for help. If we use aim here, it will show all the options available for the fdisk command. And you can see here n add a new partition, p to print the partition table, and w to write the table, and q to quit. Okay, these are the options we are going to use. First we will use n to create a new partition. Use n here. You can see it is asking to create primary partition, and there is 0 primary partition, 0 extended, and 0 free. So what is meaning of this? This means whenever we create a new partition from a new disk, at that time we have to create the primary partition. At least one primary partition we have to create, and we can create maximum four primary partition. Please remember, we can create maximum 4 primary partition. After the primary partition, 4 partition, we will create extended partition. So here we have to use the default P. It will create a primary partition. Hit enter. Now you can see it is asking to take the default one. I will just hit enter, or I will go with one, so that it will add the first primary partition. Then we have to select the first sector. As this is a new hard disk, I am going to create new partition. I will just enter, then it will take the first partition, first sector. Then here we have to specify the size, how much size I want to create a partition. I will go with 2G. It will create a partition of 2G, sorry, plus 2G. Okay, created new partition 1, type Linux, and file size is 2 GB. I have created a partition having size 2 GB. Now, if we'll use P to print, it will display that SDA1 created. Yesterday, I have already told you, whenever we will create partition from a disk, it will come in the format of SDA is the hard disk, SDA1, SDA2, SDA3, it will come as a partition. So, if we will create another partition, hit enter, then default also here you need to enter, then enter, then here I will take a remaining space as the second partition. I will hit enter, then you can see remaining 3 GB space taken to create the second partition. If we use P, it will show SDA1 and SDA2. I have created 2 partitions here. Now what I have to do, we have to save the configuration. To save the configuration, we have to use W. W means write. You can see the partition table has been altered. Alter means partition, new partition saved. Now we also came out from the fdisk. Now if you use fdisk-l command, it will show the newly created partitions here. Okay, it will showing the hard disk, then it will showing the partition, started showing the partition, newly created partitions here. Once we create the partition, what have to do, we have to make the file system. File system means we have to format these partitions according to our requirement. So what is the format? We have to either use XFS or ext4, and the command is third step is format, and the command is mkfs dot ext4 partition name sda slash dev slash sda1 mkfs dot xfs slash dev slash sda2. This is the command to create format a partition. mkfs dot ext4 sorry slash dev sda1, enter, completed. Again we will use the xfs, then sda2, enter, format completed. Now fdisk-l, you can see Still there is no change, only showing the partitions. And if you use df-h command, here is also not showing, because we have just created new partitions from the hard disk. We have also formatted those partitions. After that, next step is mount. Mount the partition. So what is the mount the partition? If I will show you in Windows, CDF, these are the name of the partition. So once we create partition and format the partition in Windows, we have to assign a drive letter to that disk. Likewise, what we have to do in Linux, we have to mount the partition. Mount the partition means we have to create a directory inside the root or any location you can create, and we have to mount the new partition over that directory. Means now we have two partition /dev /sda1 and /dev/sda2. These are the two partitions now we have. We have also already formatted those disks. So what I have to do? We have to mount. We will create data1 and data2. Two directory we will create, and we will mount /db/sda1 over data1 /db/sda2 over data2. And the command is mount /db/sda1 space data1. So let me show you. So what I have to do? I have to create a directory. mkdir is the command /data1 mkdir data2. I have created two directory. Now I will mount /db sda1 /data1. Same data2, use sda2. Now use df-h. You can see now it is started showing /db/sda1 data1 /db/sda2 data2. So here this is the partition and this is the mount point. This is called mount point. This is called mount point. And if we want to check the file system type, we have to use the option capital T, df-th. You can see the file system is ext4 and xfs. Clear? Till now it is clear to you? This is called mount point. And this is called partition. Clear to all? Next step is we have till now mounted the partitions. Now we are ready to use the partition. So how we can use? We have to, if you use df-th, every time we have to use /data1 and data2. We are not going to use sda1 and sda2 because these are the partition and these are the mount point we need to use every time. So if you use cd /data1, enter pwd. Now we're in data1, and it will create a file touch.a.txt file created. Okay, that means we are able to use the newly created partition, that is sda1. So likewise, you can also use the data2 directory to create file or store file or anything we can start use. But here one thing we need to remember, the command mount we have used to create a mount point, but this is a temporary mount point. Why I am telling, if I will restart the server, the mount point will disappear. It will not come after the system reboot. After the system reboot, these mount points will not come because these are the temporary mount points. And if we want to make these mount points permanent, what I have to do? We have to add these configuration in a configuration file that is called fstab. Please remember, we have to add these mount points in the configuration file fstab, and the location of fstab is /etc/fstab. In yesterday class, I have already told you all configuration file will available in /etc. This is a configuration file, and this configuration file available in etc. So what I have to do? We have to open the fstab configuration file and we have to add these mount points. So let me show you how we can add. Just we need to remember SDA1 is ext4 and SDA2 is xfs. vi/etc fstab. About the vi command, I will tell you in later. Just for now, please remember, using vi command, we can edit a configuration file. We can edit a configuration file. Okay. Once I open this configuration file, I have to use the I key in the keyboard so that it will allow me to edit the configuration file. Here you can see it is now in insert mode. That means I can edit this configuration file. Go to end of the configuration file, go to end, hit and enter, go to the end of the configuration file. Here we need to add. What is the format? The format is /dev/sda1, then partition type is ext4, then the destination we need to write, that is /data1, then ext4, then defaults, then 0, 0. This is the format we need to use. Then dev/sda2/data2 xfs defaults 0, 0. This is the format we need to use to edit the fstab. /dev/sda1 given tab /data1 given tab ext4 tab defults defaults. You can see this is also the format you can see here, xfs defaults 0, 0, and this is the mount point, this is the partition. Okay, same procedure I am following here. Defaults, then 0, 0, hit enter, /dev/sda2 given space data2 xfs defults space 0, 0. Now use the escape key to come out from the insert mode. Now write and quit. Okay, so use df-h command. You can see previously these mount points are already present. So what I have to do, just to test the fstab configuration, I need to unmount these partitions. How you can unmount? Using the mount command, I can mount. Using the umount command, umount, I can unmount /data1. It will unmount the partition. Okay, as I am in already pwd, I am in /data. That's why it's giving me error. Target is busy. Let me go out and use the umount command again. Then umount data2 df-h. You can see both partitions are not showing here. Both mount points are not showing here. And here, most important command is mount -a. Please remember this command. Anytime we will edit the fstab configuration file, immediately we need to run the mount-a command. Why it is required? Mount-a command will check the configuration of the fstab and it will try to mount those mount points are not used or those mount points are not mounted. You can see here it is showing data to special drive /db sda2 does not exist. You can see here is spelling mistake. Okay, and you can see I did this mistake knowingly because if we will not use the mount-a command and there is a mistake in fstab configuration and you will reboot the server, server will not come up. It will go into the emergency mode. Let me show you. I will restart the server. There is a mistake. You can see dependency file for data 2 is giving error, and you can see here give the root password for maintenance. That means server not started properly. Here we have to use the root user's password. Sometimes it is also called that control D error. Give the root password. Now I am able to log into the server in maintenance mode. Here you need to edit the fstab vi/etc fstab and I will correct the mount point here. Save the configuration file. Again use mount-a command. You can see there is no error. Now again restart the server. Now use df-h. You can see those partitions automatically mounted using the configuration in fstab. Now it is clear to you.